Ladies and gentlemen, I don't mean to upset you with the news, but it looks like Switch 2 scalpers are just not having a great time right now. We went over this in a video previously where it looked like Switch 2 systems, or at least pre-orders, were already going live on websites like eBay, and it seemed like people were even talking about different marketplaces, I guess even like Facebook and stuff. Basically, pre-orders had gone live in certain regions, while not live right now in the US or in Canada. It seemed like they were starting to sell out in different places, and even in Australia, it seems readily available. But right now, it looks like eBay and other places are kind of being flooded with pre-orders for the Switch 2 at, go figure, double the price in some cases. And naturally, the situation around resellers for these console launches isn't new. Even going back to the PlayStation 5 and technically the original Switch during the pandemic, when stock was just, non-existent. It was very difficult to find one of these things at retail at its MSRP price, in this case for the PS5, $400 and $500. We were talking about price points upwards of $1,500, and it didn't help that people were actually buying those. Well, here with the Switch 2, there's a bit of an issue actually for resellers on eBay because it technically goes against the terms of service. And wouldn't you know it, gamers, they caught on pretty quick, and they're not having any of it with these scalpers. I want to take a look at that here today. So if you guys enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Hey, subscribe if you're new. Let's head over here. This is posted up on Go Nintendo. I'll leave it down below for some further reading if you'd like to check it out. But yeah, Nintendo fans fight back against Switch 2 scalpers with Grassroots initiative. Okay. So what's going on here? Well, again, we've already gone over the Switch 2 pre-order listings, and some of them looked a little sketchy anyway because a few of them were shipping out of the US, and it's okay. How do you already have the pre-order locked in the US unless you're ordering from somewhere else and then kind of, I guess it would be basically drop shipping it, right? You just put the address in, I guess, of the person who bought it, and it'll ship straight to them. But how are you doing that exactly? Especially on eBay where, they have a terms of service where it mentions right here. Over on Reddit, a number of subreddits have popped up with the aim to stopping Switch 2 scalpers in their tracks. These do-gooders are looking to auction sites to use their fine print against scalpers, and it's working. Take eBay, for example, which has a rule against selling items unless they are shipped within 40 days. As the Switch launches on June 5th, that 40-day shipping window just isn't possible. This has led to Nintendo fans reporting the scalpers' listings, and eBay is actually pulling them down. Some are grabbing screenshots of like before and afters of the listing just being erased, not available after a little while. So eBay is like taking action with this, which, it makes sense. It's a platform that, it gets flooded with auctions daily, tons of them going up, listings all over the place. But it seems like with something like the Switch 2, where yes, it is going to be a launch that will certainly heavily populate eBay on launch day and then beyond, and you're going to see prices go through the roof in general, right? Some will be for convenience. People are, hey, you know what? I don't want to go out. I don't feel like going to a store fighting against bots or anything else. It's right here for $100 more. I'll buy it. That's just how it is with eBay. There is like a convenience fee on top. There's like the percentage for PayPal. Like there are legitimate fees that then add on top of everything else. And some may just have, money with PayPal or whatever, and it's just easier for them. So I can't necessarily say it's everybody giving in to quote-unquote scalpers when they see the system that's $50 more or something. It could legitimately just be convenience. But when we see these systems going up for, let's say the bundle with Mario Kart was $500. We were looking at listings in the US that were $850 the other day, which, $350 above asking, and they were at least in the sold listings tab, which is crazy because that means I guess that somebody really did buy it, which, it seems obvious, but don't buy these pre-orders because here's the thing, right? We mentioned here, it needs to be shipped within 40 days. All right. And people are going out, they're reporting it. Hey, you know what? If people want to go out there and annoy scalpers, I'm definitely not going to be pushing back on that. They can annoy and inconvenience the scalpers all day long, since typically they annoy and inconvenience people who are trying to get the system to actually play it. So, we've seen Nintendo going through different means to try to get the system to someone who will be using it, because clearly Nintendo doesn't want stacks of Switch 2 systems to sit in someone's garage who's selling it for $800 or $900 or something. They want you to get it so then you can buy their $80, okay, there's one $80, but you get what I mean, like the software and accessories and subscription services. They want you to have the core part of that, which is the system. So when I look on Reddit and you just search scalpers, I mean, you can see it's just lists and lists of people posting, mentioning that you can report people. I saw it in the comments for the scalpers, the situation that's going on with the Switch 2 right away for pre-orders. People were like, oh yeah, you could just go ahead and report them on eBay. If you come across one, hit a few buttons, report it, and that's it. I mean, we are seeing some of these upvoted 5,600 times, and it seems like the word is going around that yes, you can have these ripped down. Some are saying on Amazon UK, they're able to report it once again, because most of these places have like a time, like a time limit for when you sell the thing to when it has to ship out. And it's just impossible right now for all the terms of services that are out there for the Switch 2 to exist and actually fit into the terms of service there. So yeah, you have a lot of people here just saying, yeah, they're able to beat them by just reporting it completely. There's a template. I saw this going around, which is, I mean, you can see it's just, it shows what you type out here, and it's pretty quick. You say a problem with the listing pre-sale, the description here, and that's it. Now, I did check over on eBay because I'm thinking, okay, are we to a point now where it is, some of them are being ripped down that you don't really find them? Not necessarily. I mean, it's pretty quick to search Switch 2 pre-order and they'll pop up. And yes, many of them are being shipped out of Australia with like $70, you can see, $70 shipping on top of that, $60 shipping. It's unfortunately pretty consistent still to see these listed, but seems like also people are ripping these down. These, by the way, are all sponsored, so they're being paid to be thrown right at the top of the search results on eBay. Now, as I mentioned earlier, don't even bother with these listings at all. No one should really be buying these now anyway. The word right now is that Nintendo is working to stockpile and basically flood certain regions currently with, I mean, the US being a big key market for them. It looks like just with the 90-day pause on the tariffs, they are shipping out a ton from Vietnam at this time. So I'm actually kind of thinking that some of these scalpers right now are going to get burned because there's going to be a lot of stock. And I know there's going to be a lot of demand as well, but it's not going to be a little bit of stock, as some people wonder at times, is Nintendo doing this on purpose where there's just not a lot of supply and there's a ton of demand, and it's just like this artificial stock shortage situation. No, I don't think so. I think Nintendo is looking to ship quite a few Switch 2. Like there's word that in the next, 6 months after launch, so like June to end of December to the holidays, that they could sell upwards of 16 or 17 million Switch 2 systems. And clearly you look at the current Switch that's 150 million plus, you're like, well, that's nowhere near enough there. They're not going to ship that many in the first year anyway. But the idea is they would work to meet demand of the early adopters or people who will be there day one for the $500 price point with the bundle for Mario Kart and all the other accessories and stuff. People who are already plugged in and ready to go for this. Not necessarily the people who are, I don't say on the fence, but looking at it maybe as a fun gift, family device, something for the holidays. So I think we're going to see a massive surge of stock right away on release, and we'll really have the tell on, whenever these pre-orders go live in the US, just how fast some of these sell out, and if you can go in store to a GameStop or something and get a pre-order in, which I'm going to attempt both technically, because I'm going to do a full teardown on this system, the Pro Controller, everything, but I do want to see how the pre-order process is in store at GameStop or even at Best Buy on their mobile app, and if it's something that's just impossible to do, because of course the bots come in and rip it out of your cart, and it's a whole frustrating experience. So when I relive that in my mind for things like the PlayStation 5, seeing the scalpers go through it a bit, be frustrated, inconvenienced, if you will, by the gamers themselves, figuring a way to fight back. Sometimes the universe has a way of balancing itself out. But let me know what you guys think about all of this down below in the comments, and what your plans are when pre-orders do eventually get announced and set up for when they go live. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.